It's hot in here.
Did you start?
Yeah, we're starting.
Oh, that was it? Oh, shit.
It's hot in here. We have to shut the AC and the fan off, otherwise it picks
Don't
up.
Don't be a bitch.
Excuse me, we're in Oklahoma. Oklahoma heat is not something to laugh at.
That's fair. Or the cold. Oklahoma cold also sucks.
Oklahoma cold sucks for that week of the year. For that solid week.
Yeah. For the same reason the Oklahoma heat sucks, there's no coverage.
There's no coverage. Oh, and hell, Oklahoma heat is an entire few months.
Yeah, and then it dies down and then it comes back.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, everybody, once again to another episode of...
Listen to us, bitch.
Tall and Short with Tim and Tony.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Tim, who's also dealing with a lot of sweat right now.
Was he?
I don't like the heat.
Back in my day.
I don't like the heat. I may have been born a summer baby, but I don't like the heat. I prefer cold.
I do too.
Or at least cool, like nice fall breeze, fall weather.
I care for the cold on every aspect except I can ride my bike in it, but it's not well advised.
Yeah, I don't want you to get frostbite again.
Again.
We already had this discussion once. I don't want to see your fingers turning blue and black.
Have we talked about that on...
I don't think we have. That's part of... We'll do it. We'll set another episode for that.
Yeah. I'm a jackass when it comes to riding my motorcycle.
You're very headstrong.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
It's appropriate you call your vehicle Donkey because you can be as stubborn as an ass.
I feel like this is just me getting roasted right now.
I have my moments where I'm actually vicious with roasts. I'm not even gonna deny that. My wife, as you're well aware, knows how to fucking roast me like it's nothing.
Yeah. She just puts the hot poker in.
Yep.
Lets it stew, and then takes it back out.
That's it.
And then goes back again.
Yep. She can get me like 10 times. Every 10 times she gets me, I manage to get a really good one. And it's like, oh, fuck, I actually said that.
And now I'm sleeping on the couch. So I have nothing prepared because I thought Ted was dead.
Do I want to go off the cuff with this one then? What you thinking of?
I don't know you. Wait, do I know you? No, I don't know.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
It was a Midwest City number. I'm like, and it was oddly close to my work phone number. I'm like, oh no. Yeah, we can go off the cuff. Just be a spur of the moment talk about things.
Yeah, this will be one. We usually do have like something with our episodes. This one will be a little.
Shoot off the hip.
Why'd you point upward if you're gonna shoot off the hip?
It's coming from the hips. It's emotion.
What's emotion? Rage? Anger? Love? Fear?
I hate you. That's one.
That's an emotion, that's for sure.
No, that's just how I live when I deal with you.
I know how to bring out the best and the worst in people.
Mostly the worst.
With my job, especially.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even more, dude. I deal cards for a living. I keep it at that. It's fun for me because I get to have some fun. Someone, gets a 2, and they're like, hey, I want a 9. I get for an 11, so they can double down, obviously. They get a 7. I'm like, there's your 9. Next. Like, I just poke and prod because...
Where's my 9? 7, 8, 9.
Pretty much.
Use that one next time. See how that goes for you. I'm not responsible for the black eye you'll receive.
You know why 7, 8, 9?
Proceed with your joke.
You need 3 square meals a day. Tony looks defeated and contemplating whether he wants to continue my friendship.
I'm just gonna murder you later. It'll be fine.
Well, we already talked about a murderer with Baba
I'm
Willie
gonna feed you to
Pigton.
pigs.
Funny enough, that's actually come up a little bit now with some stuff. People are like, pigs will eat anything. Like, what the fuck?
They will eat everything except teeth.
Bug bones.
No, they'll eat the bones.
Big bones.
Yeah. And they won't eat lemon and lime.
They won't. Really?
Yeah.
I guess I don't like being tenderized. Full on, that one was off the cuff.
You are baking some bad jokes.
Ham.
Okay.
I couldn't think of anything else.
Ham. John Hamm.
He's a good actor.
He is.
I really would like to see him in a little bit more, few more things. I think he's fantastic.
He would be a pretty decent, like, he would be a good spy film actor, I think. If he hasn't already. I'm sure he has, but
he was in the A-Team. Near the end of the movie. Spoiler.
It's like a 10-year-old movie now, if not more.
That was a very odd cast for me, but I was here for it. I mean,
Bradley Cooper was appropriate.
Charlton Copley, man, he was fun.
Yeah.
And then Liam Neeson.
Appropriate, but not at the same time somehow.
Was he trying to do an American accent, or was he still doing his natural accent?
No, he was doing American. A-Team was American team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the A stood for?
No, Alpha.
Fuck. Okay, I have an idea for a subject for the film.
We managed to get him into something.
For the film?
For the episode?
Yes.
Use your words.
I use what good. A good one.
Tony now lost it.
If you could make your own Suicide Squad of DC Marvel, no, DC fame.
You are losing.
I don't know.
Are you okay?
I have no plan.
I'm legitimately okay. Are you? Wait.
This is gonna be the unhinged episode where everyone sees what it's really like.
Oh my god.
No, I had a thought process of like, if you had a handful of like villains or heroes to like put into, okay, so if you had your own Avengers movie basically going,
yeah,
or like your own like, you know, crossover movie, what heroes and villains would you want to have meet? Because I want Ron Perlman's Hellboy to be involved.
That'd be cool. Have you seen the new trailer for Hellboy? The new Hellboy coming out?
Wait, what?
There's a new Hellboy coming out that takes place in the 1950s.
Oh, no.
It has Mike Mignola actually working with it. I don't really know how I feel about it.
Who was the guy? The sheriff in Stranger Things.
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
It's called Hellboy: The Crooked Man.
So they're going off one of the other graphic novels.
Yep. I will say I've
not seen the do you have a makeup picture of him as dolled up as Hellboy?
Let me find it. It's
So
kind of rough looking.
I liked
the
David Harbour Hellboy for the most part.
You're gonna hate this.
I'm not.
It seems off to me.
It just looks like skinny Ron Perlman. Or younger Ron Perlman.
They may be trying to go for that then.
They probably are.
By the way, the guy who plays him was Black Tom from in Deadpool 2.
Black Tom.
One of the mutants in the jail.
I can't remember. I was gonna try and find it on HBO last night. I couldn't find it because I watched Deadpool.
Deadpool 2? Yeah, let me. Yeah.
It's not on HBO Max for some reason. I know it's on Disney Plus because the Logan or the Wolverine Deadpool, all the hype they're doing for that. I don't.
That guy.
Okay, I'm okay with it. But so I like the David Harbour Hellboy, but it got a little too nutty.
It got gratuitous.
Yeah, it got a little too much.
Like, I mean, I'm all for like, not gonna. I'm all for a good bloodbath in like some occasions, depending on the situation. But when it gets so ridiculously in your face, I'm just like,
yeah.
I'll have to call it on that one.
David Harbour had the build for Hellboy though.
Oh, he's huge.
Yeah, especially with all the makeup and like the hair. They did Hellboy right on that.
Yeah,
but they went too far left field with it, with some of the violence and the over the topness. And it's based off a really good storyline from the graphic novels. Oh no!
No, I'm just doing. Go on. I'm clearing out some of my history.
So your FBI agent is like, what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah, I am just clearing out.
He was talking about pig farmer serial killer. Now he's talking about Hellboy. What the?
Oh yeah, no. Like my history is fucked,
oh, yeah,
especially after the Elizabeth Bathory episode, where I'm like, how much blood does a person have?
You're on a list.
I have to be now at this point. It's for a podcast. I outright have to put that down.
You put how much blood does a human body have? It's for a podcast. I swear.
That would be the Google search, and it's about 1.7 gallons, maybe a little under 1.5 gallons. Yeah, I know. It's not helping my case at all.
No, it's not.
Nope, not helping my case at all. Because there was that whole myth about her bathing in blood, and I'm like, an average, like, if that's the case, then an average teenager or pre-adolescent has up to a gallon of blood in them at any time. It's like, you want all that, you're gonna have to kill 40 in one go just for one full bath of blood, and that's not a lot.
Yeah, and by the time you get to the 40th, the first is probably coagulated.
The blood's gonna start congealing at some point. It does not last long.
No. This is a weird conversation.
This is not helping us out. This is definitely more of a short episode if I had to say anything, just because, god damn.
This is a filler. What was the word? Oh, yeah, crossover event.
I wasn't even thinking on that one, dude.
I would kind of want to see Hellboy, like...
Don't hurt yourself too much over there.
Team up with the Avengers in general, because I think that would be kind of funny to watch. Hellboy and Drax.
Oh God.
Specifically. Take a left turn to Albuquerque. Yeah. Batista, Drax, and Perlman Hellboy would be funny. I think that would be like a very odd buddy cop film. And then have Mantis in the background.
Beautiful.
Can I have that happen now? Oh, okay. So you remember we were talking about someone not qualified to work on a fandom? We were talking about the Spider-Man musical.
Yeah. I showed you that. Yeah. I showed you that just because I wanted your reaction to the main bad guy.
Yeah, but you were talking about the director has like watched any Marvel.
No connections.
Yeah, no connections. Let's talk Star Wars.
If we want to really get a hit here.
Oh
God.
Shit. So I've not watched it, but I've not heard good things about the Acolyte.
I have not seen it either, and I've just been like,
It's... yeah. But, I'm a huge Star Wars geek. I plan on getting an entire weird segue. Why don't they call tattoos that are on your legs socks instead of sleeves? Right? You're welcome.
Son of a bitch! Man, my...
Did I break you?
Yeah, you broke me!
This is gonna be a weird little rabbit hole of an episode. Anyway, I'm such a Star Wars geek, I'm gonna get a whole sock of tattoo sock.
Will it also include the foot or just the leg?
I wanted to go from like the ankle all the way up my leg and just like cut off like high calf, high thigh, and then it carry over onto like the side of my body, up the side, and then like sort of end up around my shoulder. Like, and it just be one fluid piece. But I'm a big fan of the Old Republic stuff. Darth Revan, Darth Nihilus, the real badasses of the Sith Lords.
Nihilus was literally one with the Force.
Yeah, he was a Death Shadow, basically. They were gonna do a Old Republic reboot game, and the lady that was in charge of organizing it all admitted she had no clue what, like, she had never watched anything outside of the old trilogy of Star Wars.
That is a massive problem.
Yeah. And then the whole team basically jumped ship, and now it's back in limbo. And it sucks, and I hate it. And then the Acolyte, they retconned the age of a Jedi. And the Acolyte takes place, I think, like 100+ years ago, before the prequels. So Yoda's still around, obviously, because he was 900 at death.
Yeah, but his species
lives for 800-900 years.
Ages for fucking.
Yeah, I mean, Grogu's 50 years old in The Mandalorian,
but he's only technically 5.
Yeah,
because if we're going off, because if Yoda was 900, he would be 90. So they age a tenth of the time that we do. Other species do.
But one of the Jedi who lives a canon normal human lifespan, 70, maybe 80 years.
Yeah.
Is in the Acolyte. Ki-Adi-Mundi, tall head, looks like...
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He's in the Acolyte.
He's older than he is?
No, they just retconned it. They just made it fit. Square hole.
What?
Round circle.
But he's old. But he's old in the.
No, he's like in his mid 50s, 60s, I think, in the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith.
But doesn't it take place? Doesn't this one take place like 100, 200 years before all that?
Yeah.
Does he age slow too? What the fuck?
No, they just to the wind.
Does he just live? Does he have an extended life or something?
No. To the wind. With it.
That makes no sense.
I know. That's and they're doing, I think they're doing something akin to like the Dathomir witches, where it's not the Force, but it's a Force power.
Magic.
Yeah. And yeah, it's...
I've heard a lot of stuff, and one got me that I saw a clip of. It's the helmet.
Yeah.
The helmet during the fight, they literally headbutt the damn lightsaber. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I understand the Beskar is one of the few things that is good against, but that caught me. I was like, whoa, what the hell?
So, this is turning into a Star Wars episode, I guess.
We're just gonna be a couple of white dudes hating on the new Star Wars series.
Right, you know.
That's original.
Right.
That's so original, everybody. We have an original idea, and then just gonna throw it out there on the
Hey,
board, and everybody's
listen.
gonna like us.
Listen, Starbucks, doing your serial killer episodes.
Starbucks.
White girl.
Oh, okay.
There you go. The connection was made.
Okay. Now I got it. I do like Starbucks, though. I'm just gonna
I swear to God, if you say you like the pumpkin spice lattes.
No.
Okay.
I have had one. They're not bad. I prefer my iced mochas.
At least you didn't ask for a manager.
I would never.
Don't.
I would never. Legitimately,
Yeah.
I do not do the whole manager bullshit thing unless, like...
It's something of dire issue.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's like, and everything's fine.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's an
and
inconvenience.
they're in talks of maybe doing an Old Republic show, movie. And then they're also in talks of having a Rey trilogy post Episode 9.
I think it'd be cool for Daisy Ridley to come back because I do like her as an actress. I think she's awesome. I think she did her best as Rey. I just don't think that the writing was good.
Spoiler: neither of us liked the Disney trilogy.
I liked The Force Awakens. That was 7. That was episode 7, where they brought the franchise back. I liked it, even though it was like a rehashing of episode 4, but like then again, that's what you would expect from a new order trying to rise up and become the new Galactic Empire. They're going to try to take what the Galactic Empire did but made it bigger. And so be like, it's legitimately just trying to go on a grander scale.
Yeah.
Which is what certain people have done in history.
Yeah.
But then after that, like, there was no story, there was no connection.
Yeah.
Everything just kind of ran around, and Disney groveled to people who hated on the show on it.
So I want to, and then they're also with Ahsoka and the Mandalorian and the Disney shows, minus the Acolyte. They're almost marveling it and slowly congealing them all, leading up to like an endgame sort of situation with Grand Admiral Thrawn being the main baddie.
Oh yeah,
which I'm all for, because that brings some of the Legends material back into canon.
Oh yeah.
In a new way, which is kind of cool, because Ahsoka is a legend, or is strictly Clone Wars animated series created. Like, she wasn't mentioned, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's such a pivotal part of this new canon.
Yeah.
And it's done well, I think.
I'm definitely still a big fan of The Mandalorian. That has done really well. That's also, I think, because it's Jon Favreau who's been the spearhead behind all that. Like, he did a good job with it. He's a nerd himself, so it's like he's gonna do it justice.
Have you seen I think it's the Star Wars Lego movie, where it's like it's almost like a what if series?
No.
Darth Jar Jar.
Oh God.
Is driving a blacked out Millennium Falcon. I'm for it. I want Jar Jar to be a villain again.
He became a villain.
In a different way, yes.
I'll say this. When it comes to Phantom Menace, this is a Star Wars episode. Fuck
This
it.
is gonna be
We might as well just get into it. I definitely liked... I have a soft spot for the prequel trilogy. Specifically in the manners of Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith. Attack of the Clones was... They tried to make it too much of a love story, and I don't...
Yeah,
I don't care for it. It was very awkward because it's like, I get it, it's a young Anakin Skywalker. He's just now coming into puberty and learning about his feelings and how he's feeling towards this woman that he's been madly in love with since he was a fucking kid. And I'm like, okay. And Count Dooku being brought to the screen by Christopher Lee, like, I mean... good
Chef's kiss good.
Good actor. He plays a magnificent villain. Like, that's what he's good at.
Yes.
Pardon. But like Phantom Menace, I do have a soft spot because it's like that brought back Star Wars in 1993. I can remember all
99.
93. I was born in 93. 99. I remember that being the thing way back when. I remember that being the thing because for what felt like forever, for all of 1999 and even part of 2000, it was just 1998 to 1999, even part of 2000 was just all the marketing with like Pepsi and Pizza Hut and all of these others. Like, there were toys you actually got from Pizza Hut. I actually remember having one. It was Jar Jar Binks with a bunch of those whatever barbecue squid creature things. You know, I had one of those. I can see it clear as day. They had Sebulba on the Pepsi. They had the Droidecas on the Mountain Dew. It was everywhere. And then there was all the toys. All of the fucking toys. Just all of these different, like the Lego sets, the actual like pod racers, the little figures. I can remember it all clearly.
The video games. Did you ever play the pod racing game?
I was about to say, I had it for the Game Boy Color. Nice. With that, which had this big like vibration piece in it, so whenever you actually felt it shake, which was really weird. That thing was a massive cassette. And it was a massive cartridge, whatever the fuck it was. And I never finished it because, again, I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So
you never finished a game at that age.
My attention span wasn't even there. No. I didn't start finishing games until I was about 11, 12, when I started getting into like the Pokemon Ruby and that sort of stuff. Yeah. That's when I started finishing games.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the attention span wasn't there.
Yeah. I think the thing that blew everyone's mind, Darth Maul.
The double.
That meme of Joe Rogan and the other UFC announcers. Oh my god!
and then it was. I wish we could have gotten to have more Qui-Gon Jinn, if I'll be honest. Because Qui-Gon, he was very much somebody. He was a Jedi Master.
He was a gray Jedi, though, to a degree.
To a degree. But to an extent, he was a gray Jedi.
I'm believing this.
And he, like, full on just... Because I know that I've read a lot of, like, the lore around him and how he actually felt the dark side of the Force. He felt anger, passion. Like, he actually felt... Because that's something I have a difficult time with the Jedi. The Jedi, they're monks. They're supposed to be space monks. They're supposed to be space monks who are in touch with the living world. Like, that's their overall gist. Yet they have a laser sword and they enforce politics. I'm like, so what's the... So that's the light side of the Force.
What's the deal with Jedi?
I mean, yeah. And he's... And I know that everybody else in the Jedi Council, because he's not a member. He's very much... He's almost defected. Like, he's seen
He's
past...
more of an in-the-field guy, not at-the-office guy.
Yeah, he's seen that the Jedi have become lazy and they are shadows of their former selves, which is the point of the prequel trilogy in the first place, is to show that the Jedi...
The downfall.
They used to be this intergalactic spiritual and almost police force.
Yeah, almost mediation team, kind of.
But they have now become almost politically corrupt and lazy and a shadow of what they used to be. Which is why Darth Sidious was able to pull the strings, because they were so... Because he was manipulating everything. And also the fact that the Jedi Temple was built on a Sith temple in the first place. I know some stuff. Like, I have looked into it because the whole dark side, light side of the Force thing, like, I understand it's supposed to be good and bad, but it's like using, like, feeling, anger and that sort of stuff, like, those are human emotions.
Yeah.
It makes the dark side seem more human, but then to be higher elevation, spirit, whatever, is to be on the light side of the Force. I'm like, so you can either choose to be more human or less human, but more in tune with nature. It is a very weird thing where I have such an issue with everything that's good versus evil. It's like a good example on this one where a character is an antagonist. One would argue evil, but they see their intentions as good. We're gonna jump to Marvel real quick. Thunderbolt Ross, Thaddeus Ross.
I was gonna say Killmonger.
Thaddeus Ross is a good example.
Yeah.
Because I forgot about Killmonger.
Yeah.
But I mean, Thaddeus Ross, he full on believes that he's doing good, even if in some cases it comes off as evil.
Yeah.
He thinks he's doing good. That's the issue. But there's people who are, I'm evil for evil's sake. It's like, I'm okay with a bad guy being megalomaniacal, like Megatron from the Beast Wars or something like that.
Jesus. That's a callback.
I love a megalomaniacal bad guy who legitimately has a personality and a very twisted sense of humor. It's why I'm okay. It's why I also like Sidious, because like he wanted power. He was corrupted by power. He wanted it. He knew what he wanted, and he had a semi-twisted sense of humor when he did everything.
Ironic, isn't it?
But then they brought him back in the sequel trilogy, and he's just like, evil shall rule. And I'm like, the actor, beautiful, wonderful actor. I love
Ian McDiarmid is fantastic, but they should have just.
But they bring him back, and it's like, how'd he get brought back? It's like, well,
don't ask questions.
Sith technologies. It's like that's not mentioned.
Yeah.
And I looked into it. There is a Sith. I don't know his species. He looks like the Cantina band, actually.
Bith?
Something like that. Darth Bith or something.
Well, no, that's the species name. I think was Bith.
Bith. Yeah, he was a Bith. And this he looks like a Bith with a Vader mask on, and he essentially he wanted to try to prolong life.
I think that was actually Plagueis's master.
I think it was, and he wanted to utilize technology to to keep his body going.
Yeah.
So they tried to incorporate that, but they didn't explain it, and I'm like, explain it like I'm 5. And actually put it in there.
Well,
it's okay to shoehorn ideas in front of people because sometimes it's okay to assume the audience is stupid because the audience doesn't always know the answers.
Yeah. And I mean, even the Legends material, the books, he does come back as a clone, but it's a younger clone.
Yes, I'm familiar with that one. Darth Tenebrous. Darth Tenebrous,
Was he a Bith?
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
I came across him a while back because one of the groups I'm in, they were like, "Oh, I made him," and he was. He actually designed the scimitar, Darth Maul's ship.
Yep.
Go on, keep talking. I'm gonna look into this. Why is it so hot in here?
Because we have the AC off.
Fucking hell.
And you've lined the wall with styrofoam.
That's not styrofoam. That's just that's acoustic foam.
Acoustic foam, yes. No, it...
calculating intellect, scientific mastermind. Like, legitimately...
Yeah, he was a scientist.
Like, that's what I'm getting... Yeah, he was Plagueis's master.
Yeah.
But it gets me, like, the Sith are depicted as these bad guys because they just utilize the dark side of the Force, when, in some cases, they might be doing slightly unethical scientific shit, but...
Well, some Sith Lords were damn near light side. Like, there were a couple that were literally... They just went to the dark side because they found the dark side first.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one, I can't remember his name, but he comes up with those type of discussions of, like, the least evil Sith Lord. He was literally a businessman, found a Force hotspot on the planet that his company was mining on.
Yeah.
And he was Force attuned, and he was like, oh, cool. I got a red lightsaber now. Woohoo! and just cared about on his day, and he was a rich businessman, and he continued to be a rich businessman now with a laser sword.
I could be wrong about this, but I know that initially the light side and the dark side of the Force, they legitimately did have, like, meaning, so to speak, back in the OG trilogy.
Yeah, because it was a very cut and dry, because it wasn't this expanded universe yet.
Yeah, but now it's like, but the dark side of the Force now actually is like, oh, you're trying to you want to, you're more emotional, you're focusing on your emotions, trying to be human, which that's what gets me. I could be wrong.
I mean, it's cool to be a villain sometimes too. So yeah.
That's a fact. Like I love.
Who doesn't want a red fucking lightsaber?
Who doesn't want to sometimes be the bad guy?
Yeah.
Because the bad guy, they are morally corrupt. They can do whatever they want.
But they get shit done sometimes.
They don't. It just depends on the bad guy, though. Like, I'm gonna hop onto another one here. I watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier when it came out, and I liked it for what it was. Like, some people were like, meh. It's like they're trying to address the global repopulation because of the snap, the blip, whatever the fuck.
The snap, yeah.
I call it the snap. I don't do the blip because it's like that's a fucking thing. And the main antagonistic group is the Flag Smashers, which was based on a single character. And the main bad guy is supposed to be this girl who's supposed to be a leader. It's like, she's a good actress. I know she's a good actress. It's just that, to me, I don't think that she did a good job as the character. She wasn't convincing to me. Like, if you're going to be somebody who is a revolutionary, who is doing guerrilla tactics and trying to do that, you gotta be loud, charismatic. You gotta be fucking Che Guevara. And Che Guevara, like, I respect him as somebody who was, like, he believed in what he believed. Like, he died to the end of his days, he believed in what he believed. And he stayed true to it. Now, do I agree with his politics? Far from it. No, God, no. Because he was just as much a murderer as anybody else. Yeah. But he was charismatic. He believed in what he fought, and you could actually hear it and see it in his eyes. Yeah. But with the lead Flag Smasher, no, there was no passion behind the eyes.
That's fair.
It was very dull.
I really think that Marvel should have ended on the high note of Endgame. Because
I haven't watched a Marvel movie since.
I watched the Guardians movies, and
last movie I watched was the second Doctor Strange. Yeah. I liked that for the fact that Sam Raimi came back, and it was very much a Raimi movie.
Oh, like, God, was it?
It was.
Jesus.
It was goofy. It was goofy. There were all the different shots that Sam Raimi does, and also the fact that the zombie Strange looks like a Deadite. Got the big, over-the-top, goofy-looking face. I'm like, it felt like a Sam Raimi movie, and it was. And I think they did Wanda dirty. Yeah. I think they full-on did her dirty, though.
Oh, they were trying to make her the villain, because I think she does, in the comics, at least in one timeline, she does become the villain, and they have to shut her down.
Yeah, she's corrupted by the Darkhold, though.
Yeah.
Darkhold?
Darkhold.
One of them.
Yeah, something. Yeah, we're experts, totally.
It's been a while. I'm getting warm. That's all. I'm just getting hot from it's hot in here.
The vapors.
Hi. We were on Star Wars, though. We were on Star Wars.
Yeah, and before that we were on Hellboy. So
yeah, no, this like Star Wars. Like, I have a soft spot for the prequel trilogy. People are like, "Oh, it was terrible," but that's because that was people who grew up watching the original trilogy, who then saw this new one.
Mindset put in there.
And we did the same thing with the new trilogy. And I do think that people who were young when the new trilogy came out, they're gonna look back and go, "I enjoyed that. I don't know what the old people are thinking." And I think that's gonna happen no matter what.
I mean, it takes a lot for me to have some sort of emotion in a movie theater. And I love Adam Driver. He's a great actor. He's cool as shit. He's funny as hell when he wants to be too.
He is funny. Like, he's somebody you don't think could be, but then he blows you out of the water.
Because he's a former Marine, he's got that dark sense of humor.
That's also fair.
But him baby-faced, when he took that Kylo Ren mask off, I laughed in the theater because I was not expecting a baby-face Magoo under it. I don't know what I was expecting with that voice and that mask and that aura.
He's got a good mask. He's got a good voice.
It was not Adam Driver. Like, you could put John Oliver under there and I would have been like, maybe.
Rowan Atkinson. No. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson. It'd be... Have a Darth Mr. Bean. That's terrifying, the thought. Darth Bean. Tony's having a seizure over there. An aneurysm.
That's weird. I just picture the overcomplicated running from the villain, and the heroes are like jumping and ducking under things and squeezing through doors. And he's just like, just moving stuff out of the way with the Force. Just kept walking same pace.
Kind of like how Vader did at the end of Rogue One.
Okay, that was some PTSD, and that was a PTSD-inducing scene.
I wasn't a fan of Rogue One myself because some of it's very forgettable, so to speak.
Some of it, yeah. I thought it was okay. I liked it. I liked that, and I liked the Solo movie to an extent.
And now, but Vader actually, like, seeing Vader get all decked out and ready to go,
going full OG.
And then we see him actually fighting his way through on the bridge towards the carrier ship. I'm like, oh god, like that is the actual Vader right there. Yeah.
They need to make a series about Vader with Hayden Christensen, based off the comics, because that's when he's still sore from the burning and the limb.
He's always sore though.
But that's when he's in, like, Jedi hunting mode. And they do some crazy shit in those comics.
I have seen a few... I'm like, oh, God. I'll say this. I enjoyed Kenobi.
Kenobi was good.
Kenobi, people are...
It was a little... what was her name? Reva? The main antagonist, protagonist, kind of...
The Inquisitor, the Inquisitor woman, her.
She felt kind of shoehorned. I know they needed a catalyst to get it all going.
No, I agree. I definitely. But... I'm a little disappointed that they didn't get Jason Isaacs, who voiced the Grand Inquisitor, to be the Inquisitor.
That was him.
That wasn't him.
Oh, wasn't?
That was a different guy.
Okay.
Jason Isaacs, Lucius Malfoy.
Okay.
He plays the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
I think he would have been cool as that, but I don't think they could get him. I don't think they could get him at the time.
Yeah.
But seeing Vader, like everything's like, oh, okay, this is okay. This is not bad. But then she's like, he's still alive, Anakin, and then you see Vader in his tank. It's like, oh my god!
The final battle in that show,
where they're both against each other, and you see him just see what's.
You didn't kill Anakin.
I did. That still gives me chills, and
I cried a little bit at that battle because I am
actually quite glad they did that because the thing is, I never actually thought that Kenobi thought that Anakin was dead. I was assumed that he just felt that Anakin was alive and was Darth Vader.
Nope.
But I didn't. But no. Turns out, apparently,
he was in the dark.
Kenobi couldn't sense couldn't sense Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Which I can also see that making sense because he went into exile. He was trying to probably hide himself also from the Force.
Yeah. And then it also connects why Alec Guinness, only referred to him as Darth in the first movie, because once he figured out Anakin was dead, okay, well, this asshole's named Darth.
But now he says, "Oh, actually, it was a Jedi named Darth Vader who killed your father." It's like, it worked out.
It connects.
I'm okay with that. They did.
They had to stretch for it a little bit, but they worked.
Some people, they weren't happy with that. Others were like, "Oh, so awesome!" I'm with the
feels.
Just like it worked out. And then the young Leia, like she was actually
she was actually really good.
She was a good actress.
Arrogant little shit, just like Princess Leia would have been.
That's what she'd wanted to be. She was very headstrong, much like Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Right. And Peter Mayhew.
Mayhew has passed on.
Yeah, it's Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford are the only OGs left.
Anthony Daniels. C-3PO.
Oh, shit, yeah, he's
still alive and kicking.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive and kicking.
Yeah.
I think he's retired now from that. I think he'll occasionally still voice, but other than that, he's done. Like, he is the only actor who's actually appeared as the same character
the whole time.
The entire time.
Yeah.
Because nobody else, can be him.
Yeah.
And I think he was like actually a mime actor or some point.
I could see that.
So that's
his motions,
That explains how he could do so much.
This was a very unplanned episode.
I'd say it worked out. We talked a little bit about Hellboy and Marvel, DC, and then we just went right into Star Wars because, why the hell not? So
what color lightsaber would you want?
I'm torn. Because it's like the blade you get, the color you get is based upon what you want to be. It's like, if you want, a blue lightsaber, it means you're for this. If you want a green lightsaber, it means for this. If you want purple, you're Mace Windu.
Oh, you're a badass motherfucker.
Prove me wrong on that one, though. And then if you want a yellow one, you're a Sentinel. And I'm like,
yeah.
Sentinel's just another word for
glorified guard.
Pretty much. And then the red one, that's the other one. The red one freaking either the red one is a mock crystal or it's a crystal that's been bled. I've heard, depending on which one you go
depending on
for.
which canon you're applying it
because I remember them being synthetic crystals. That's what they were. They were synthetic crystals before the changeover to where they were bled, which is why they turned green. Which I turned red. I can't do color today. Or then
there's also orange now too.
Yes, which I don't know what that one does. And then there's also obviously the dark saber, but that one
is very much unique to its own situation.
And I don't really think that much would be needed for it. I would have to not do that one though, because it's the handle is a weird shape that I don't like.
It's built sort of like a standard sword.
Yeah.
I'd want red.
I know you'd want red. That'd be yours.
Shocking, I know. There's also white. There's purified red ones that go white.
I think it's because the handle for the dark saber, because I'm looking at photos of it. It's a very long handle.
Yeah. Because it was basically a vibroblade that, the hilt got removed and made into a saber.
Yeah. Vibroblades being one of the few things that a lightsaber can't cut through.
Yeah.
Because it's made out of Beskar.
No.
No, it's not? Vibroblade.
Not vibranium, but they literally vibrate at such a fast pace.
Yeah.
That the lightsaber can't cut through it because it's constantly, the molecules are constantly jumping.
It's like there's just so, it's like like I'm looking at them and there's just this, there's like the basic guard and there's that little extension at the top before the blade comes out. And I'm just like, I can't do that. That looks too goofy for me, if I'll be honest. I don't like
it. Just off enough?
Just off enough that I'm like, it doesn't work for me.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'd rather be green or red, if I'll be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm a basic bitch.
The cool thing about this Old Republic games was there was all the basic colors that are covered, and then there was like cyan, there was vermilion, there was, I think there was like a pink.
A pink one. Good
yeah,
God.
like they with the colors.
Ooh, I had another one. I think.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Back in my day.
I actually had a collapsible lightsaber.
I mean, who didn't?
It was the Qui-Gon Jinn one, the green one.
Of course it was.
It was awesome.
I had a buddy that had a Darth Maul one.
Nice.
Used the shit out of that.
Well, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to see as an Olympic sport. Lightsaber fights.
There are YouTube videos of people on a
doing just that.
Professional level, like dueling, and they have like a lightsaber
match-ish
kind of match. Yeah, like they have Olympic fencing, and they have professional sword fighters. They give them lightsabers, and they do all the fancy crazy shit.
Yep.
I mean, the Ahsoka versus Darth Maul in the animated series, that was all CG or mocapped.
Really?
That was Ray Parks and whoever the actress was, the mocap actress for Ahsoka was.
Yeah.
That was mocapped.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you go back and watch that fight all the way through again, knowing that, it changes the whole fight.
Did you see the fight between Kenobi and Maul?
Yes.
At
the end of Rebels.
Yeah, where it's a quick fight. It's like
5 moves.
It's a quick fight. It's simple, but it's that's
how it needed to end.
It's poetic. Yeah. It shouldn't have been drawn out. It was very much like Maul is tired. Like, he's very much tired.
And Kenobi is tired too.
They're both old men. They're both old men by standards.
Mm-hmm.
And Maul, I can definitely tell, like, he's worn down.
Yeah.
He's worn down. Like, hell, even the dark side eventually does take a toll on you. Like, it doesn't matter which side you're on. Yeah. The use of the Force takes its toll. Look at Luke. He did all that from another planet and then just... Which I felt that was appropriate send-off for him. To an extent.
To an extent. That's probably the worst one of the movies. That middle one.
No. For me, it's that last one. It's the last one. Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
That one's worse.
What's your name? What's your last name?
What's your name? Tony. What's your name?
Skywalker.
Ezekiel.
Fuck you, Ezekiel.
Fuck you, Tony. That actually worked out. No. I hated Rise of Skywalker. It was...
She said Skywalker, I got up and left the theater.
That was terrible. Like, they were like...
I walked out. Your name ain't got... Son of a...
What's even more is I think Disney or Star Wars or Twitter, one of the two, was like, did you know that the invading fleet on Exegol was actually built by the enslaved Exegolians? It's like, no, we don't, because it wasn't explained in the fucking movie.
Fun fact? No, not fun fact. Not fun fact at all. Hateful fact.
Not even a fun fact, not even a hateful, just a full-on, not even a good fact. Like,
bad fact.
It's what I hate about whenever there's novelizations of stuff and they explain how it happened, and I'm like, y'all couldn't explain that? Do y'all think the audience is that stupid?
That's why I stopped watching Marvel stuff, because you have to watch every single piece of material to understand it.
That's why I can't anymore. I quit with Marvel. Once I watched the Doctor Strange movie, that was it. I haven't seen anything since.
Yeah. I watched the Guardians because I wanted to see Rocket Raccoon. That was good.
That's about it. Other side, mostly Ben Ash is bitching about pop culture. So, you know what? Here's another podcast
Two middle-aged white men complaining about Star Wars.
We're not middle-aged yet, but we are getting there.
At the rate we're going.
At the rate we're going, we might as well be middle-aged. I mean, yeah, we're in the Middle Ages now, Tony, because we can't afford health care nowadays. We can't do...
All right, don't make it that real. Jesus Christ.
God. Yep, this is gonna go on the main feed of just us, like, nice little filler episode.
Yeah, because I thought my computer died permanently and I didn't have material prepped, so yay, excuses.
Yay! So we'll just put up stuff from Star Wars and Hellboy and stuff on the Instagrams and Facebooks. And all the other socials.
Yeah.
With that being said, everybody, thanks again for listening to Tall and Short with Tim and Tony. I'm Tim.
I'm Tony.
He looks tired.
I'm exhausted.
And...
Logo by Brittanie Murphy.
Norris. Brittanie Murphy is a voice actress. And...
Where the fuck did I pull Murphy from?
Luann Platter from King of the Hill. That's her. Brittanie Murphy.
What color lightsaber would Hank Hill have?
Blue. He'd do blue.
Dale would have red. Dale would have red.
Dale would have red, absolutely.
Boomhauer's green.
Boomhauer and Bill would be green, because Bill's in the
This is a really odd crossover.
Bill's in the army, so he would have green.
It's a really odd crossover.
I know.
I kind of want to have happen now.
I'll tell you what, the force is a balance that binds us all together.
Look at your midichlorian count. Whoa!
My goodness, his midichlorian count's better than propane, and I love propane and propane accessories. Logo by Brittanie Norris. You can follow us on social medias at Tall and Short Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, you can email us at tallandshortpod@gmail.com.
Complain to us about us complaining about Star Wars.
If you want more videos episodes like this, let us know. Just leave a like, comment, review, whatever. We appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell family, tell whoever. Just
tell the Sith Lord in your family.
There's always that one. Let us, even though there's a rule of two, so there's probably at least two in a family. Prove me wrong. Tony's actually thinking that one out for a second.
Nope, I'm not going to say it because that's political, and I'm not going to do political.
We're not going to get there yet. All right. Thank you, everybody. Everybody have an amazing day. And try to stay cool during this hot summer.